What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Too Good Incorporated. My name is Party Pete, and we're back with another double figure review. We've got Batman and the Joker from Batman Ninja, that animated film that everybody hated, even though it's kind of what everybody wanted, I guess, out of a Batman anime. Not too sure, actually. If you would have told me that they're going to make a Batman anime when I was a kid, I would have been like, why? Actually, I would have just said, what's wrong with the animated series? Anyway, I've never seen this movie, so I'm not going to talk about it because there's really nothing for me to talk about. If you saw the clip at the beginning of the video and you thought it looked cool, go ahead and give it a watch. I thought it looked cool, but I still haven't seen it, so we're just not going to talk about the movie. Instead, we're just going to focus on the action figures. And if you notice, Batman doesn't have a box. It's because I bought him without a box. I got him on eBay. And I'm also thinking that there's a little bit of a sketchy situation, a little bit of controversy with this figure that I myself bought. I'm not saying that if you go out and buy this figure, you're going to have the same thing, but I think there's a little bit of sketchiness going on. So before we get into that, we'll go ahead and just move the Joker out of the way, and we'll take a look at the Batman figure. Taking a look at Batman first, you can see that he's a very ornate Batman. I'll say the same thing about the Joker here in a few moments. The style and everything else from the actual movie comes to life in these figures, I think. A lot of really good paint application. There is definitely some difference between all the little different parts. You can see a little bit of the rivets are gold, or I guess you'd call them armor. There's a little bit of purple around the waist belt right there. He's got gold accents and trim around his boots all the way up to his knees, his knee pads. He's got gold trim right over here. The paint application to the spikes and everything else is a different sheen. The gloves look pretty good on this. And let's see what he looks like underneath. So his head just flew off, but here's what he looks like from the back right there. So as far as articulation goes on Batman Ninja, he does have two joints right over here, one for his neck and one for his head. So he can look pretty far up, he can look very down, he can do side to side swivel or head bobbing, whatever. Of course, he can go all the way around. Left arm right over here, goes all the way around. Shoulder joint, he has a bicep swivel right here. We've got the elbow joint right there. We've got his hands. The hands are just on like a little ball joint, so they're not going to do too much. Got a pretty good ab crunch as far as I'm concerned. That's pretty good. I mean, come on, look, he's going to matrix pose right there. Go all the way forward. I guess his armor and his pants, the way that they're designed, they're not going to be really, he's not going to be able to do too much of a crunch forward. So as far as his legs go, you can't really stretch them out too far because they'll pop them right out of the socket. I blame these old style pants, or whatever you want to call them right there. He does have a double knee joint. He can get pretty far back over there, almost kicking his lower back. He does have a little bit of a ankle joint right over here. Not too much, and he does have a toe bend as well. So plenty of articulation to get him in all kinds of cool ninja poses. However, if you use the cape included with this figure, it is a plastic cape, so you're going to get a lot of restrictive movement if you have the cape on him. It doesn't really take away from the figure as much as I thought it would, but I mean, it is food for thought. If you're not really into plastic capes, this one is not going to change your mind. Alright, so as far as hands and accessories go, he does have two kunai knives. He does have two hands to hold those kunai knives. And if you're wondering whether or not the sword will fit in those kunai knives, like, oh, such a little hand slot. Yes, it actually will fit in there. He does have an extra head. In fact, this is his original head right here. A little bit more serious Batman. He does have some jutsu hands right there, as you can see. So he's got a couple of open hands right over here. Again, he's got those ninja jutsus. He's got a hand for the sheath and the sword. He's pretty good, actually, as far as accessories go. I mean, you can't really be too bothered. I think the Figma has like the actual kunais that are like being shot out, and there's an effect with it, like a little swoosh effect. That is pretty cool. That is awesome. This doesn't have that. Alright, so aside from the fact that the elbow joints right over here are different between arm to arm, another thing too that I noticed as far as this kind of being a little sketchy is the paint on the hands. The hands have some paint runoff on them. For an $80 figure, $70 figure, however much this figure actually is, you know, that type of quality assurance is just not present. So it kind of makes me, you know, believe that this might be a knockoff. However, if it is a knockoff, it's a great knockoff. Like, I spent maybe $20 on this figure, maybe $20 shipped. I'm not disappointed. You could go right now to Walmart and buy Batman for $20 and he wouldn't be as cool as this Batman, I can guarantee it. As far as articulation, different hands, different head. I mean, getting a different head in itself is pretty dope. So there are a few things that I don't dig. I'm not really digging the cape, in my opinion. It is not that much of a problem, like I said earlier, as I thought it would be. But I still don't like it. It's too bulky, it's too heavy, and it really doesn't pose the way I want it to. It's very hard to stand Batman without a display stand, which I don't have. Another thing would be, I guess, the pants. The pants are too bulky as well. It doesn't give him any kind of justice whenever you're trying to get him in dynamic poses or anything else like that, because the pants are just way too poofy. But other than that, for $20, can't beat it, baby. Taking a look at the Joker now, I can definitely say I am digging the box of this figure. I love the yellow background and the contrast with the purple up at the front. Got a really cool portrait of the Joker right over here on the right hand side. Got the official SH Figuarts sticker right here on the left, right here on the side. Again, just some more stuff. The Joker, Batman Ninja. We got the obligatory poses right over here in the back of the figure. We got some legalese done over here, the UPC. The bottom of the box right there. It's just the logo, name of the movie. Window box here at the top with that little crescent over there. The picture at the front wraps around over here out to the right side. And I gotta tell you, I love the box. Loving it, loving it, loving it. We're gonna go ahead and open this one up. Oh baby. Oops. Taking a look at the Joker now. I gotta say, I am loving the paint applications on this figure. Holy cow. Detail is insane. I think they nailed it, ladies and gentlemen. Right down to the little gold flower thing right there on his jacket. The green is well represented right there. The pants are a different shade. They're almost like a burgundy or a purplish. They're a different purple than the rest of them. The jacket right here is a soft, pliable material. It's almost like a really light rubber, I guess you want to call it. The hands look great. Look at all the paint and detail around the cuffs right over here. He's got a bunch of gold over here around the brim of his, I guess this is his jacket. Yep, sure is. Purple and everything else back over here. He's got some good shading. Let's take a look at articulation now. So, pretty good articulation right there. It does seem like he's got a looser joint actually compared to Batman. It's almost like a butterfly joint. I can move his arm back and forth like this. Goes all the way around. Of course, you got the elbow joint right here. There doesn't seem to be a bicep swivel because of that other joint. Full 360 right over here at the wrist. Head doesn't go that far back because of the hood back over here, but it does go down. No ab crunch actually. Legs. Oh, this is far better than the Batman figure as far as the legs go. However, he doesn't bend all the way back like Batman does. So, as far as the kit goes and everything else like that, that's cool. It doesn't have a toe bend. In fact, really doesn't. He's got like an ankle rocker right over here, and that's about it. And articulation's not all there, but as far as the look of the figure, it looks great. This is really tight. Really enjoying that. Everything's super detailed. He comes with 2 fans, so there's number 1. Here's number 2. He comes with his sword. The sword is super detailed as well. Batman's was too. I didn't really give the sword a lot of justice or love on that, but this sword has a lot of nice detail. It's even got the gold teeth right there on the crap, I don't know what you call that, a crossguard maybe? I don't know what that is. It's on the handle. And of course he has a buttload of hands for him to grip different stuff. He's got some for his fans. I think these open ones maybe are actually for the fans right there. He's got some for the sword. He's got one for the sheath right over here. Bringing that up. And of course he's got the two closed fist hands. Popping off and popping on the hands is really easy. They got, both of these figures have these little pegs like this right over here. Kind of like how I mentioned in my Cowboy Bebop figure review. I'm kind of worried about these tiny pegs eventually getting too stressed out and breaking. But for right now, these figures, they're pretty solid in my opinion, and they're actually scaled a little bit bigger. When we get over to scale, I'll show you guys. So hopefully I don't have the same fear with these figures as I did the Cowboy Bebop ones. So as far as scaling goes, here they are next to the Cowboy Bebop SH Figuarts that I have. As you can tell, they look a little bit small compared to them. Joker just fell over, don't worry about that. So they don't really scale well with these figures. However, I do also have Stone Cold Steve Austin right here, which is also an SH figure art, and they seem to scale actually pretty well together as far as proportions and everything else goes. I mean, Stone Cold looks like he's got a huge freaking head in this, but I mean, I can assure you that they're actually the same size. So yeah, good scaling on those. If you have SH figure arts, they're going to fit right in on your shelf, and I'm excited to have these too. Alright guys, that's the end of the review. These figures are really nice. I would highly recommend them if you can get them dirt cheap like I did. Again, like I mentioned, I may have gotten a knockoff Batman, but that doesn't really affect my feelings on the figure. I feel like if I had an official one and I paid too much money for it, in my opinion, I would have been really upset. Joker is awesome. He looks awesome. The paint is awesome. Deco is awesome. I mean, there's not a lot to hate on that figure, aside from the fact that the articulation is not that great. But the detail and everything else with these two figures is insane. Make sure you stay tuned for the posing at the end. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitter at IHatePartyPete. And that's it, guys. As always, stay safe and stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace. Okay, so I goofed a little bit earlier. He does have a toe bend right over here on both feet, and that's totally my bad. Sorry about that, guys.